Yo, what's going on with y'all? Welcome back. Another episode, Testimony Tuesdays with your boy, Mr. Smooth. Tap in, tap in. It's early morning. Y'all just getting up. You know, it's my new time for the weekdays. Got a little free time on the weekdays. So I'm here to chop it up with y'all about some new testimonies. This testimony for me is going to be about becoming a father, being a father. How's it changed my life? And my advice to new fathers, I guess. So you just now joining, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Content coming daily. Comment down below. It's your boy, Mr. Smooth, the one and only. You can't call me, so you might as well troll. You feel what I'm saying? But back to the situation at hand. So today we're gonna be talking about Mr. Smooth, myself, another testimony from myself about becoming a father. So let's start there. So with me, myself becoming a father, you know, life throws obstacles at you to make you stronger, wiser, and better. That's what I can say. Because me and my wife, we supposed to actually have two physical children. But we have a spirit baby. We had a baby that transitioned and didn't get to make it to see the physical realm. So we have an angel baby. And with that being said, that was a tough time for me and my wife. So I really wasn't thinking about children for a while after that until we got married. When we got married, I felt like it was only right to have a child. But with that child, my firstborn, she was a daughter. My daughter came, so I always thought I'd just have a boy or something. Not really thinking, this guy's playing out. That's out of my hands. I couldn't control what my wife was gonna have, the gender of our baby. So when it was told to me by the doctor it was gonna be a girl, at first I automatically didn't believe him, the doctor. So I was like, check again. So she checked again, and she said, yes, it's 100% gonna be a girl. You're having a baby girl. So I was like, wow, that just really my whole life flashed before my eyes. Just all the things I've done to women, like talking to them crazy, treating them wrong. It just all flashed in my head like this is payback, I guess. This is to make me a stronger, wiser man to understand a woman or a young girl becoming a woman, to understand their mentality, and to prepare me more to be more gentle, be more softer, be more open to expressing my emotions and things like that. So I thank God I had a daughter for my firstborn because it really like made me become a better man, just in general. Even though I'm respectful to all women, it just made me want to be more respectful, want to be more gentleman-like, to show my daughter what a quote unquote real man's supposed to do and how they supposed to treat their wives or girlfriends or significant other. So yeah, it really just made me just realize like patience, really. Gave me a lot of patience, gave me a whole lot of more patience. I'm still working on my patience as we speak. So, God has a funny way of just exposing your weaknesses to bring out the best in you. That's how I feel about that situation, about me having a daughter and all that. I love my daughter so much. And maybe want to possibly have another daughter, you know, 'cause I love my daughter so much. And I just want the best for her. She only 2. I'm talking about her like she grown in college. So she only 2 years old, but if anybody know her, trust me, she 2 years old, going on 45. She bossy, sassy. She just thinks she running everything from the womb, you know. And she got me wrapped around her fingers, you know. Sometimes I have to get on a little butt, but for the most part, I just let her do what she want, honestly. If it ain't hurting her, if it ain't, you know what I'm saying, physically hurting her, mentally, you know, I just let her do what she want, you know. That would make her happy. So that's what becoming a father has done for me, has taught me. And also, what I was saying, becoming a father has how my life has changed. You know, more responsibilities, more, you know, your schedule is way different with a child, you know. Your schedule really kind of revolves around them. If you ain't at work or you got a free day or something, you and your wife got a free day, then it's all about the baby, you know. What she eating, when she going to sleep, need to take a bath, clothes, it's growing out of her clothes, you know, becoming older, stretching out more, you know. So many things, so many things. Checkups with the doctor, things like that. You know, you just got to be on it as a parent, as a father as well. Definitely as a father. Not trying to make this racial, but a black father in America, stereotype is pretty much a negative narrative, you know. So every day I'm changing that narrative and statistic for myself, my bloodline, to let my daughter know that her father was always there and will always be there to the end of time and even after. You know, like that's another thing. It helped me like plan better for the future. Even when I'm transitioned and I'm in the spiritual realm, I want my daughter to be well taken care of and financial, you know, financially literate. You know, knowing how to control money, knowing how to budget money, knowing how to save and invest and things like that. I really want my daughter to be self-efficient so she will never have to depend on anyone else in her life, you know. So that's really where I'm at with it. And another thing, I feel like a two-parent household is best for a child. You know, that's my analysis, that's my beliefs. And I feel like it's even hard for a two-parent household. So just imagine a one-parent household, you know? And I'm not really into broken homes. I'm not really into two-parent households. I feel like it's just a lot of confusion and chaos and rebellion from children. You know, they want to know why their parents not together like other parents and things like that. I once felt that way as a child, so you know, I'm already knowing how my child will feel. Like I left her or abandoned her, and I never want her to feel that way. So I feel like the two-parent household is what's best for a child in America and in the whole wide world, you know. At least to their certain age to where they understand like if y'all split or whatever, that things sometimes don't work out, but their parents, you know, both of their parents love them. And I honestly feel like if y'all split, y'all still can co-parent in the same house. I feel like there's no reason for the parents to be in separate houses. Honestly, that might be old school belief, but unless it's like some domestic abuse type situation or you know something like that, I feel like two adults can work it out. You know, look at our grandparents. Some of them ain't slept in the same bed for over 30 years, but they still together. They still contributing to the household. They still setting an example to their children and their grandchildren on how a household should be run. ran and setting the standards for the morals, values, and principles for further generations. See, that's why I feel like it's all about setting examples. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being right all the time. It's just all about setting examples for the youth, your children, and the ones coming after you. Okay, so I spoke on becoming a father, how it's changed my life. Okay, I'm about to end it with this. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. It's your boy, Mr. Smooth, on this Testimony Tuesday. I'm about to wrap it up. So the third thing, my advice to a new father or a father that's just finding out his wife, girlfriend, significant other is pregnant. I would say just plan accordingly. Get your village together. You know, it takes a village to raise a child. I truly believe that. Some people might not believe that, but I do believe that. Get your village together. You know, it's only so much planning you're gonna do. You're gonna have to learn a lot of things on the fly. You know, from changing Pampers to fixing bottles, uh, waking up late at night. Your schedule gonna be ruined, so you can just plan on that. Ain't no more sleeping, getting your beauty sleep. That's over with for at least the first year straight. Though I'm talking straight, the whole year straight. Um, be there for your significant other. You know, postpartum depression is real. You know, be there for your woman. Talk to your woman. Um, you know, try to fill in the void for things she can't do physically, and just keep her spirits high. Let her know she's beautiful. Let her know you still love her the same way you did before the baby. You know, she might feel a certain way about her weight changing, or just a lot of hormones gonna be fluctuating during the pregnancy and after. So just be there for your significant other, and speak affirmations to your child. You know, tell your child they're smart, they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, they're superb, outstanding. You know, tell them that because the subconscious controls the conscious. So just let them know they're a queen or a king from birth and give them positive affirmations so they can feel good about themselves, so they can feel like they're worthy. You know, you always want to make your child feel like they're worthy. You know, this world real cruel, and they will try to manipulate and indoctrinate your children with plenty nonsense. So just be aware of that and just stay grounded. I say stay prayed up. I say a family that pray together, stay together. You know, no matter what your beliefs is, there's nothing wrong with prayer, meditation, getting closer to the source, whether you call the source God, the divine, Buddha, Allah. To me, it's all one source that we pulling our power from, and that source lives within us as well. So just stay grounded, stay active. Everything should be all right, man. And know who you're dealing with. Know your significant other before you're having a child. Really know them. Live with them for a while. Figure out their family, because once it's done, it's done. Once the child here, it's no turning back. Even if you split from your significant other, you still got to deal with them for pretty much the rest of your existence. So you don't want stress on top of raising your first child. It could create turmoil in the family dynamic. So that's the last thing you want to do. And besides that, man, like, share, and subscribe for more. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. It's been your boy, Mr. Smooth. Tap in, tap in, tap in. Ep.2, Tuesday, Testimonial Tuesdays. Testimony Tuesdays, whatever you want to call it. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. It's been your boy, Mr. Smooth. And on that note, we gone, man. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I should be live sometime again later this week. Till then, I appreciate y'all. Love.
It's pulled up. First off, got no time for the gossip. You thinking I'm a sucker nigga, but I'm not it. They killing niggas on the daily, that's the topic. And I'm the top pick, so nigga watch this. I ain't your typical nigga to fall off. Play my position and listen at all costs. Going hard in the paint, not soft. Kicking down the door, fuck if the lock on. You praying for my downfall, then you dead wrong.